Hello everybody, welcome back. So this is the promised video about what I got in December and what a good time it is to do it right after December on the 1st of January morning. I was expecting a lot more to have arrived this month, but due to the holidays, the COVID, all the shipping has been delayed. A lot of the things did not arrive as expected, but there was a few big surprises. Yes, they're surprises, so they're not in this picture. I'll show you the big surprises later. But let's start with some stuff I got. Okay, so this is from China. I think you will be able to find other alternatives. So you are wondering, so what is this? So these are basically board game belts. Okay, I don't know if that's really the right term to call it, because I've seen a lot of other board gamers use them on the YouTube. So this is what it looks like. It's a convenient way to put a belt across your board game to secure them, and this is elastic. You can stretch to hold your board game in place without them having flip over, everything topples and everything. So this is something I want to experiment with, especially in some of the bigger and heavier board games. So I bought like a couple, about 10 each. So some of them are the cross, some of them is just straight across. I think they both work well, but maybe it just varies, depends on the box size. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the accessories. Okay, so these are I think what you call zipper bags or something like that. Basically of different sizes. Some of them just came. These are the ones that I've always been using for my board games. Get them out of the way. I have various sleeve. Might as well talk about the sleeve I got. So throughout the many years, I've experimented with different types of sleeve. From sleeve like this with absolutely no brand, to famous ones like Mayday Green, which I always call. This is the standard US size, I think. Yup. And of course, there are other variants such as this Henwei, 100 pieces or so. As you can see, I think these are slightly thicker. If you ask me, I would think the quality of this is actually better than Mayday. And they comes in different sizes also. So these are the smaller size. So these are sleeve that I should get out of the way before we talk going to board game, but slightly not yet. So I end up buying another one pack of these things, hoping that some of these tokens and markers will be good to help me maybe measure things like hit point, wealth, stuff like that. Plus, they actually looks pretty good. Although technically speaking, this is not board game accessories. They are made for aquarium actually, for the bottom of your tank. But as you can see, light shines through them, and it's pretty nice. At different angles, they looks pretty good. So this is some of the things that I really enjoy getting, and so as a result, I got quite a lot of them. And next, I'd like to bring attention to you. This will be technically listed as toys. Okay, so they are toys. They are of gold coins. They comes in like 1, 5, 10, 20, 100. Bought a pack of them because I think if you have noticed some of my games lately, I have been using them. It's definitely better than using the cardboard tokens, especially in games like, I don't know, maybe Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven's the coins really looks ugly, I think. This $1 coins looks anytime better. Although the only problem is that this feels really light, too light. But aesthetically, it looks good, and I think, well, it's a cheap and easy access to something to replace and deluxify your stuff. Next, I have this, which too bad the packaging was not really fantastic. But these are two sets of custom dice I bought. I wouldn't really know if these dice were actually created for other games, but they are selling the dice. But this dice looks like, this set looks like it's inspired by Madeira, and it looks pretty much like the way Madeira's. But actually, I checked, the design is actually different, but it looks pretty similar. And I think I wanted to have something slightly different. So this fits the bill, and you know, one of each color will give me a good feel of how much I want. Although maybe I'm gonna get a bit more of the red one. It looks really nice for, you know, some of those Cthulhu games. I have another set which is a bit packish. Maybe, you know, really fits this play map. Yep. So this also a pretty good quality dice. Yep. As you can see, you know, it's just have the good enough weight and you know, the crunch in it. So these are the dice. I think that is probably all for the accessories that I got our way. If I do recall anything, I'll probably have to add it into next month. But anyway, let's come to some you know, gateway games. So Catan, the Seafarers is a huge expansion. It's one of the expansion which I definitely would recommend that you must get. I have Catan for many years, and it's about final time that I, you know, at least get this. You know, so to add on to so that I can access all the sea areas, because in Catans you do not have access to the sea areas. You know, it's just land, and you're a bit restrictive if you're getting trapped, kind of. So this is the Seafarers 5 to 6 players expansion, and this is the Catan 5 to 6 players extension. So you might ask, well, at times like this, with all the pandemic and everything, am I expecting to play with 5 to 6 players? Most probably not, but you know, I decided to get it anyway because there might be more tiles and stuff that I might be able to use even in a game with less than 5 to 6 players. Mainly 5 to 6 players, I think they just comes with another set of different colors of markers for different players. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I thought it was. Okay, so this sets of games, I really want to, like, you know, make a full video and even maybe a playthrough. This is not a very very long game. It's about like 10-15 minutes if you're fast. Okay, so as you can see, this says a lot about this game. It's the Seal of Excellence. I wonder if Type of Madness have it too, or maybe they didn't review it. I don't know, or maybe they didn't print it. Okay, but anyway, these two games are related. This Tide of Time is the original iteration of the game, which I only recently got, and you can see it's still sealed. It's not an expensive game, it's very light. To be honest, actually there's only 18 cards inside. Yep, 18 cards, and there's one notebook and some pen and some pencils, and there's some relic tokens and all this. By the way, this is you know, there's actually worship play on the rules, and then this is actually published by Power Games. I realized lately I've been getting a lot of games from Power Games, and it's made in Poland. So why is this game so good? I'm really you know, like, so to be honest, this is not really what arrived this month. This has arrived years ago. I have to say that unfortunately I have only now finally managed to, you know, open it for play, and then, you know, and then I also realized that it's easy to teach this game because now there's an app version of it which you can actually play online, and well, I still prefer the physical copy actually. So it's a very nice and easy instruction sheet with something that looks like it's you know, drafted letters from one of those HP Lovecraft stuff. So actually, Types of Madness is actually themed after the Lovecraft theme. Look at this madness token and you will know. So basically, I'm not going to go through how this is not a review for this game, but I'm just going to open to show you that there's actually a pencil inside, and the cards looks amazing. Look at the cards. Look at the cards. Yeah, they are pretty huge cards compared to my hand. Look at this. This is Dixie size. It's not even a Taro. It's Dixie size. So it's really the big one, and you know, get those big sleeves for this if you want. And there's some notepads for you to calculate your scores, which actually I would usually just use some scraps of papers, which is a lot easier. Oh yeah, by the way, you know, if you didn't realize from my previous video, this is diatomaceous earth blocks. They are not really part of the game, but I always keep them inside the game to keep them from moistures and stuff like that. Let me put this back quickly, and I'll go on. Oh well, I mean, I realized that I have very little stuff, but actually that's not true. Actually, I got quite a lot of stuff this month. Okay, so this is a quick one. Chinese version, yes. Oh well, I guess if it doesn't say any, the new version means it's totally in Chinese, but that's okay because as I've seen in previous video, whichever version works. Get the miniatures. You can always print the PDF from Come On, they are pretty good. So Come On, Zombicide. This is for Black Plague or Green Horde, I think. For both of them, I guess. But it especially says that it's for Black Plague. Well, anyway, I have both of them, so it doesn't matter. Published by Asmodee. So there's actually 20 figurines and rules for these ghostly archers and stuff like that. Looks pretty good, right? Yeah. Okay, so more zombies for Zombicides. These two are simple games, very simple games that I realized that's pretty good. Highly recommended to me by some other YouTubers. So I decided to give it a try. This is the original. This is the expansion. It's a Dutch Breeze. It's I wouldn't want to use the word nonsensical, but it's the cards look fun, and basically is it plays in pretty low number of players, like 2 to 4, and it's a quick and easy to learn game, and then quite a lot of fun. So I thought originally I wanted to just get the original, but well, why not get it all, right? So this is a Dutch Bliss, published by Dutch Bliss. Okay. So getting that out of the way, we have 3 more boxes here before I bring up the heavy stuff. So Starship Samurai. So Starship Samurai is actually a game with a very nice cover. I mean, just the cover itself, I would have just bought it without second thought, which is more or less what I did. Okay, so this is published by Planet Hat Games, which I played a lot of their other games, which is pretty good. This plays 60 to 90 minutes, 2 to 4 players. There's lots of miniatures inside. Although I did hear some discussion that the miniatures aren't as good. Although it looks good on the cover, I won't know until I open it. But basically, look at some of the cards design, and stuff. I guess this is pretty good game, By the way, this is the Chinese version. So I didn't mind having this in Chinese version because I'm not too sure if I can find an English version, but I hope the text is not that important. We will know when I start playing this. If my other players couldn't get the Chinese stuff working, I might just have to end up selling this and getting the English version in the end. That could totally happen. This is Nova Luna. Because this I must open up to show you, because really, from the look of this game, I don't think you will really be sold by the game. But it's a game that really comes with a lot of components. Just components, I would say. It's not a lot of components, it's just components. So nice to have that. I bought the Chinese version, but the English manual is also included, so I don't have to print it out myself. That's good. So basically you're playing with this type of tiles. There's this giant board here with Luna meeple. That's nice. You have to assemble this yourself. And they have very nice tokens. So these are like transparent tokens, It comes in various colors. So the game is very colorful. And actually that's all, no complicated boards, no tons and stacks of cards and stuff like that. No, not really. This game is only like this. And it's like, anybody from age 8 onwards, it's not 16 plus or something like that, plays in about 20-30 minutes, 1 to 4 players. So solo is definitely possible. As you can see, this is pretty much, I think, a lot to do with something like, I don't know if you call it Europe's kind of like resource management, and getting it rotating around this board. So basically it's about choosing tiles, moving the indicators, and then getting all your boards linked up, and then finishing your missions. So this is a rather light game, but I think I like the look of it, so I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, this I think needs no introduction. This is by Come On, even though I don't see the logo here. Oh yeah, I do, it's here. Okay, Rising Sun. Okay, so this long story short, I didn't have this game, but I have some of the expansion. Why did I have an expansion? Because the miniatures are really fantastic. I think even people like King of Average, you know, if I might quote him, he said that the Rising Sun miniatures are probably one of Come On's best miniatures until today, you know. So you can see it's because purely of that I have actually bought some of the miniatures from the Rising Sun, knowing that I probably will not get a game, which I was wrong. I eventually got it now because the price was actually okay, and they still do have this stock for this retail version, and so I thought, okay, you know, if I have so many of them, the expansion, I might as well get the base game. Someday we can pull it up. And from some of my friends' advice, actually I really do not need the expansion. The expansion kind of like messed up the rules, you know, caused more imbalance. Although I think the one with the Turtle Fortress is good. I'll try to look for that, but you know, that could be just Kickstarter exclusive, which, you know, like the Daimyo box is kind of like more than over 200 USD now, like any other Come On's Kickstarters. But anyway, this is the core box, and look at the figurines. Look at the figurines. You know, Chinese, Japanese mythical monsters, you know. Although the heroes are not that impressive, but you know, I think they are pretty good. Still pretty good. They have different poses, you know, very original stands, you know. And the board is interesting. It looks like kind of a modified version of you know, Japan map. So this is probably you know, like what they said is a trilogy of things. This starts with Blood Rage, then Rising Sun. Although there's some argument like which is the third one. The third one could be Ankh, but it all depends. I think some people didn't really like that. Anyway, so these are all the one that I've shown. I'm going to bring up the surprises. They are pretty big, so I will have to put the camera down, showing you the Rising Sun logo. They'll take like 5 seconds. Okay, I really think that 5 seconds is not going to do it. Maybe 10. Okay, very, very big stuff. I will have to do some drastic movement of the camera. I don't know what you're seeing now, but I'm moving them in place. Huge games. Here we are, huge games. Okay, actually there's only 2 games here, so no, that's why it's huge, right? So the first one is Twisted Fable. I didn't do the Kickstarter. I didn't think it was worth that kind of money, and the game was probably not that good at that point in time to me, which I proved myself wrong. I have a second thought when they finally have some excess stock, and this is published by Dimensions Games. So this is no, this is not the box. This is the box. Okay, so it comes with all the expansion pack, the 2v2 upgrade pack, Flood and Flame, and the miniature box 1, miniature box 2. As you can see, it's all here. So packed nicely in one big bundle, which looks like a humongous box. I just need to know if I can store this properly. This is the Epic Collection, which doesn't come with the playmat. Seriously, I don't think I need playmat for everything. I mean, if I have second thoughts, I would buy the playmat separately after that, which I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Okay, so let me get some of this just custom fables and things like that out of the way. Okay, so this is the Twisted Fable. It was promised to me to arrive before Christmas, but you know, I do understand that the promise usually is they will try to keep it as much possible. I do appreciate that, but it doesn't happen in every country, I guess. So from where I am, I got it still within the same year on 31st December. before 2022, and I think, you know, for any kind of Kickstarter, this 5 days, 4 days delay is kind of fantastic, because I don't think there's any other Kickstarter that comes within that kind of time frame. So okay, so this is like the super humongous things that I backed. It was one of my first Kickstarter. If this is not my first Kickstarter, probably is Makana Akana. So I have actually added some additional stuff in this game. Okay, so this game is let me show you the box. I have to twist this a little bit. This is the Dungeon Universalist second printing. So I already missed the first printing, and I heard how good this game was. This is published by Ludic Dragon Games. So I heard how good the game was, and I was kind of like really sad that I missed it, because nobody is selling this game. It's not available in retail. There's no way I can get access to this game. And then what happened was the second printing happened, and you know, I kind of like jumped in without second thoughts. So what are some of the things that add on? Excuse me. Is the campaign and quest book too. So it's a published book. You know, not like some of the games where it comes only with PDF. So you have all your campaigns, you have all the map setup and everything. Looks like hundreds of hours. So the Bestiary tool is not really necessary. I heard that it's not really in the game, but there are additional monsters, stats and stuff for future games, or if you, I don't know if you like to like add them. I don't know if you can add them to the existing campaigns. So anyway, I thought I'm getting it. I might as well just get this. So this tool comes in, those are the additional stuff. I think some of these are like the stretch goal and expansion. So we also have the Pure Frederick. I don't know. Man, I mean that I really couldn't pronounce it. But anyway, these are like the additional cards. That I think contains things to distract your allies, and then there'll be some kind of a hidden role, betrayal, and stuff like that. I think this is the one, right? Sabotaging a group in secret, everything. Yes, this is the one which I probably won't use, but it's part of the expansion bundles. These are the Bestiary cards and legendary encounters, which I think is the expansion, kind of like for it comes of it's very, very heavy. There's a lot of cards inside. Don't know how much there is. Do they actually say how many cards there is? Oh, 192 cards. But well, 192 cards will probably look like this, and it probably is their full size. So I will expect this is like maybe when I want those Dixie or tarot size cards. I mean, well, I haven't really seen the art. I only seen it on Facebook. This is the big box. I gotta try to flip it to show you some of the stuff behind. So cameras have to go down again. So it ended up in some sort of advertisement for Twisted Fables. So do you see like the Little Red Riding Hood and stuff there? Okay, I hope I can get this down. Yep. Well, it's a monster. I have actually kind of like weighed this. It's almost 8+ kilo, about 9 kilos just on the core box itself. Everything in is close to 10, but it doesn't beat Gloomhaven. I don't know why Gloomhaven is 10, but okay, never mind. That was one of the reasons why I could never get Gloomhaven onto the table. Okay, so look at the map. The map, this is the map. I think is fantastic. It's have all that right atmosphere, everything. The cards maybe it's a little bit plain, but the artwork is pretty good. And we have some standees, some miniatures. I think I didn't get the miniatures. I don't know if you come with standard miniatures, but there's actually an additional miniature box which I didn't buy. I think 30 minutes per player. One player? Maybe it's 30 minutes? Really? Okay, we should find out. So this contains some optional... Oh, Bestiary tools is optional components. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I just hope that I didn't have buy anything additional. Okay, anyway, so this is Dungeon Universalis. It's a huge dungeon crawler. I don't know if the rating is above 9. Probably is. I would have rated it above 9. It looks like one of the best dungeon crawler out there. I just hope that it's not that complicated. And given the time of the play, I hope not, and it'll be easy to table. I'm going to finish my Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion soon, which then I will have to move on to another dungeon crawler. It will probably be Wrath of, I can't get the name right, Wrath of Abaddon or something, like the one from Dungeon Dragon. That's technically speaking a dungeon crawler, but it's very light, and well, since I haven't completed the campaign, I will do that. I'll go ahead and do that. But that's about it. So you can see here is my Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, and that is the Wrath of Estedalons, which is actually the the Dungeon Dragon game I'm talking about. And not to forget, Dragonfire is still like kind of on the backlog for me. Anyway, that's the rambling that games that I need to finish. I'm using the Board Game Stats, which is actually a program that I bought. It's an app I bought for quite some time ago. I just recently got all the add-ons because it was on 50% sale. I don't know if it's still on 50% sale, but maybe I'll put a link to it for support, because it's really a good app. It helps you link up your stuff on Board Game Geek, and it's also easy to log plays, as well as you can see some things like your stats, as well as those things that games that you are probably not playing enough or haven't played, stuff like that. And they added something like, I think it's called play cost per play, which actually is a good thing, because it shows you how much you pay for the game, how much exactly are you getting out of the game per play, which is actually something that I think it makes you really wonder whether is it worth investing in some of those almost $500,000 kind of Kickstarter and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm not sure if you're interested in anything else that I'd like to talk about board game. Maybe like things like what Kickstarter I follow, what Kickstarter I didn't follow. I mean, you have tons and tons of those videos out there by a lot of other content creators, which probably will create like cover it much better than me. The only thing you're interested in is in my choice, and to be honest, I think I will start talking a lot about why I didn't back a certain Kickstarter, and I really didn't back it. Well, okay, but if that's what you really want to hear, just leave it in the comments. Maybe in the future try to squeeze some of those in. But currently that's all for December. It's not a lot, but it's very heavy. It's probably one of the heaviest physically for so many months. They have been making videos for this. So anyway, thanks for watching, and you can subscribe, although it's not forced. You can like, leave some comments, that'll be good. It's like at least show that there's some interaction. People watch this, have some comments with it. I mean, even if it's like bad things, say, hey, you really need to change your handphone, get a professional camera, get a mic, things like that. It's still constructive, taking it positively. So anyway, until next time, which is probably not that long, because I can foresee all my backlog of games coming soon. Well, till then, see you, and Happy New Year.